Ready?
Ready, guys?
3, 2, 1. And welcome to this week's edition of the Ground and Pound Show. I'm here with my co-host Jim Jenkins. How's it going, Jim?
It's going good, Andy. How are you?
It's going really good. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, we have a special guest with us, but before we go there, we also have with us our guest host, Steve Knoble from CMMA. Welcome, Steve.
Nice to be here, Andy. Thanks.
And joining us from St. Charles MMA, Mike Rogers.
How are you doing?
Doing good. And very proud to announce our special guest for the evening. Congratulations to Tyron Woodley. Welcome, Tyron.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Your first fight on Showtime this past Friday night.
Tyron like Byron.
Huh?
Tyron.
What did I say?
Like Byron.
Tyron. Oh, okay.
Try soon there'll be a household name and there'll be people mispronouncing it all over
Biggest guest
America.
we've had on, and I screwed it from the beginning.
That's a good goal, though, you know. You need to get 1 million people mispronouncing your name, and then you know you've made it.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
I thought I'm going to get a shirt that's guy with no shirt on, just a tie, and then it's preposition, so Tyron.
We'll just call you T-Wood.
That'll work.
T-Wood. Very good. So, man, congratulations. Tell us about that experience. I mean, you worked really hard to get there, and tell us about it.
Man, it was an awesome experience. You know, I just really learned patience over my career. Just a lot of patience. I had some opportunities. You know, fighting Elite XC. You know, IFL. I thought I was going to make a team, one of those teams, and you know, the Ultimate Fighter show. So all those things, you know, didn't happen for a reason because you know it wasn't meant for me. That happened at the time. I wouldn't be prepared for it. So now, you know, I'm kind of a little bit more, you know, lowly, you know, a little bit more humble, and not that I was, you know, boastful before, but now I just know every little small thing that happens, I'm kind of grateful and thankful for. So, you know, kind of prepare myself now for what's about to happen.
Absolutely.
Well, that was a great performance the other night. How did you end up grading yourself on your performance?
When I got out of the cage, I'm always, you know, super critical of myself, but after watching it, you know, I felt I looked a lot more comfortable in all areas, you know. That submission I could have, you know, probably finished. I probably could have not burned my arms out, but other than that, you know, we know we got to work on, you know, get a little bit more offensive on our, you know, interests in getting into the strikes. But I thought my counters were on. I thought my knees were on. I thought, you know, my takedowns and submission. Mostly, I thought all the transitions from each, you know, form of art was, you know, was pretty smooth.
You did great, and announcer Pat said, you know, anybody ranked in the top 10 in 170 need to look out for you. So that's a pretty good compliment.
I would agree with him because, you know,
there you go.
I'm in it, you know, I'm in it to do well, and, you know, I train hard to do well, and I try to, you know, live my life to do well. So putting all those things in there, you know, with a little luck involved, you know, you never know what happens.
And I'm curious, too, you got to fight on the strike card here. It was June, was it?
Yeah.
It was Beckons. We went to it, and on the undercard is one of the local guys. How was the experience different being a part of the main card? And
a lot different.
So it's like going to the show?
It's a lot different. It's not really going to the show, but you can see the extreme difference on, you know, kind of how they treat you and, you know, what they expect of you. And, you know, all right, we need you here for, you know, a photo shoot strike for a Showtime on your interview now. You need to be, you know, so it's a big deal. They a good organization. They take care of you, and they're really professional. So, you know, on the undercard, even though it was on the undercard, they still treat us pretty good. So, you know, it's a definitely a big jump from being on the undercard, but to me, it's still, I still got to go out there and beat the guy in front of me. So.
Well, congratulations. And if people don't know, we're talking to Tyron Woodley. He trains here with Mike Rogers. You've been with him for a long time, I know, Mike.
Yeah, I met him, first time I met him was, I was going to be a wrestling coach at McClure, and they brought in all the kids to meet me at the year before, and so that's why I met him. He was, I think, 15. He was young. He was young for his junior year, so he was young for his grade. But yeah, we've known him for a little bit.
There you go. Well, we've been rooting for. I mean, you've got local roots here, obviously, and you went to school at Mizzou, and you were two-time All-American.
Yeah, two-time All-American at Mizzou. Wrestled at McClure High School, so I've been sticking around Missouri for a little bit.
See, so if the local people don't know you, they should. There's a lot of MMA fans in this area that do know about you, and we've all been watching and just rooting for you to make it all the way. You know, it's exciting for us as fans to be able to watch it and have some kind of connection where we know your trainer, we know you, and know the guys that you roll with here locally, and so it's all cool.
A lot of the compliments you got from Friday night was that you're obviously not just a wrestler. How'd you feel about that?
I felt good because I try so hard not to be just a wrestler. You know, Mike can tell you that, probably a little bit more than he would like. I try to focus a lot on striking, a lot on, because I know that's where the fight starts at. I know if, wrestling doesn't go well for me, then I have to be able to resort to that. I just don't want to be a guy that's, trying to rely so much on wrestling. And what if I'm fighting, a contract with somebody that's a wrestler that knows how to strike,
Or like
advantage.
Mike, that's knows how to wrestle.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the guy you just fought
somebody
and
equivalent,
pretty much handled. Yeah.
I don't want my same strength to match with somebody else's, and I don't know how to strike. So I know that I need to be really good with my hands and also be comfortable off my back. And I've been working on just doing, and not even excluding wrestling. I've still been working wrestling and just making them all clean. I can be a really good stand-up guy, really good wrestler, really good jiu-jitsu player. If I don't know how to blend those things together and make it fit my style, then it might look rough and kind of jumpy.
He is a really good jiu-jitsu player. He didn't believe in himself so much. Now he's starting to believe in himself. He was up there tonight, put the gi on tonight and rolled right before we came here. I had to actually, hey, we have to hurry up. He was still out there rolling. I came down, I'm upstairs to take a shower. I was like, hey, we got to go. And he was up there still trying to roll. So, I mean, it's the belief in his jiu-jitsu is starting to get there, and he is a good jiu-jitsu player. Because he goes down there and rolls with the American Top Team guys, and they're black belts, and he handles them.
That's awesome. See, and your reputation is already out there. People talk about that you're a good person, that you take care of yourself, you work hard, you eat right, you stay in the gym, just doing all the right things. That's the other buzz about you that's impressive, is that you're doing all the right things to give yourself every chance to succeed. A lot of guys don't do that, or they can't sustain that.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of discipline for a young guy to, focus in on a goal and stay there.
Now, Zach Light was your opponent Friday night, and definitely I would say the biggest name you faced probably in your career to date. What about quality of opponent compared to some of the other guys you faced that maybe don't have the same name recognition, but...
Yeah, I think he probably was the toughest guy I fought, and, quite as Kevin's fight is the best fight that he's fought. I watched his fights before I went back and looked at our fight. He probably, was in better shape this time. He was, looked a little bit more technically sound. He made it hard for me to hit him. I monitored him a few times. When I went to strike him, he was doing a good job of moving to the side, moving, He didn't get me off the mount, but, he tried to minimize the damage. And, you miss punches, they started chopping at your wing a little bit. So I thought he did a good job even after it was over with. I had him in an armbar. I wasn't going to let him out of it. But I felt like he was doing a good job of defending submissions and, trying to stay away and, kind of counter and stuff like that. So.
He's a wrestling and grappling coach or wrestling coach.
Yeah, I think he's a wrestling coach. He coached, I think he's coaching like Chet Condor and Rampage Jackson and some of the guys out of the Lyra Gym. And,
We've heard of them. Yeah, that's good. See, he must know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's around some good people. I mean, he trains at a great gym, and he does all the right stuff to get better too. So
he had lost a few times. I wouldn't be the guy who's going to get his groove back on. Guys trying to get their jump back. He had a couple of losses, and he wanted to get back on the board. And,
he looked in great shape.
Yeah.
He looked in great shape.
I overheard him like he's tired, and I was just thinking like, dude, I'm not tired.
That's great though.
Could be our...
Jamie Penny.
Okay, Jim, put you on just a sec. All right, so we got 9:15. We're going to go ahead and take Jamie Pennick from the MMA torch here. Jamie, welcome to the Ground and Pound Show.
How you doing, guys?
Doing good. What's going on in the world of MMA?
Well, kind of got a big thing going on Spike TV right now with The Ultimate Fighter. It's Kimbo Slice's fight against Roy Nelson here headlining the show tonight. Dana White is expecting about 6 million people at least to tune into this, which would surpass the debut episode of the show, and there's just a lot of intrigue on that fight. So that's the big thing going on right now is The Ultimate Fighter tonight with Kimbo Slice taking on Big Country Roy Nelson. They've got the most infamous name against the most accomplished fighter here in their third week on the show.
How are they setting it up so far? Are these guys egging on each other, or are they just going to get in the ring and do it?
Well, the tone with Nelson and Kimbo has been more respect. I mean, Kimbo has gotten a lot of respect from guys just for going on the show. The entire public perception of Kimbo Slice has taken a completely